We are back. Welcome to the present. How are we doing today? Hope you had a fantastic day. Let's make sure the audio is sounding great. Yeah, sounding great. Yeah. How are we doing today? Yeah, welcome to the presser, Arsenal and more today. So we're going to going through some of the excerpts of the press conference Mikel Arteta had earlier in the day. Not all through all the commentary he had to make, just a few of those key points regarding tomorrow's match. And we're going to talk about Paulinho, Fulham's Paulinho. There's a link that Arsenal actually interested in Paulinho. Now, a lot of us never get overly excited by all these transfer links. Like sometimes I'm like, how many players can we get linked to and able to get overly excited? Like there's a limit, right? Any single player as not as linked to everybody. Nah, calm down. Calm down. Now, I'm not saying I don't rate Paulinho, but is it the player we should be aspiring to get? Like I thought Arsenal should be ascending further. Our trajectory is upwards. I don't think Paulinho is the quality of player we should be going for. I get it. Bayern are linked to him. They are actually almost signed for Bayern until the deal collapsed during the summer transfer window. But come on. Mm-mm. I understand Bayern is a traditional big club. Fair. But we did a treble on Bayern during the summer. They wanted Rice, we got in. Bayern wanted Timber, we got in. Bayern wanted Kai Havertz, we got in. What does that tell you? At the moment, I'm not saying traditionally, but apparently right now, in terms of aspirations and value and money, Arsenal is seemingly a bigger club compared to Bayern. And that's just based on what is going on right now. But as a traditional club, yes, they won more trophies, they are bigger, they've done it here and there. But right now, Arsenal trajectory is actually better and bigger than Bayern. So when I look at those links, and people getting excited of prospect of getting Paulinho. I am not excited. I'm not saying I will not support him if I decide to sign him. I don't rate him that much. He can do a defensive job, but after recovering the ball, I don't like his passing. I don't like how he moves the ball, how he manipulates the ball. I don't think it has a quality. Like we can't go from Partey to Paulinho. I'm sorry. Like look at the caliber of player we've been adding to our squad recently. Timber quality, right? Rice, Colossa. Kai Havertz, whether you like it or not, he's still quality, regardless of what Chelsea fans want to tell you about the riding and call him a flop. He's still quality for us, right? So why should we go from those caliber of players to getting Paulina because Bayern are linked with him? Bayern can link to any other player. I don't care. But looking at Arsenal at the moment, we should be going for more quality midfielders than Paulinho. Can he do a job? Yes. But Arsenal should be, our aspirations should be more than a player that can do a job. We want proper, classy, top class players. Not necessarily get world class all the time. We want to get a top of the shelf kind of player, not just any player because they have the purple patch or because some traditional big clubs are linked to them. So we move past that. I am not excited. No, no. So when I saw this rumor and I saw a lot of people are excited, according to Kano, understand that Joao Paulinho has emerged as a potential target for Mikel Arteta's Arsenal in the transfer market, but it's more likely to be a summer transfer if they go for it. I want to keep an eye on. Interesting stuff. Like there's some transfer rumor that I see that I have to use just apply my logic. Remember the time I think 2 seasons ago or a season ago we were linked to Yuri Tillemans. That link was so laughable, even though the likes of was one of the journalists, Charles Watts, and some of the quote unquote reputable English journalists were like, yeah, Edu has actually spoken to Yuri Tillemans' agent. We're trying to get that deal done. And I was looking at it. Yuri Tillemans was not the kind of player to take us forward. My logic was like, no, if Arteta and Edu, Richard Garrick, and the rest want to take us to the next level, Yuri Tillemans shouldn't be the player we should be signing. Joe Polinia is in that bracket. I'm sorry. I've watched him. Is he a good player for Fulham level? Yes. But to take Arsenal to the next level, Joao Paulinho, I am not having that. I am not having Joao Paulinho to take us to the next level. Is he an okay player? Yes. But he's not. There are other players that are better than him. There's Fafana that plays for Monaco. There's Zubimendi. These are players that are better. They will recover the ball. They can manipulate the ball. They are calm in possession. They are creative. Even though they are defensive midfielders, they are still creative. They can drive the ball. They can drop a shoulder. They are athletic. They are physically strong. They have a great footballing IQ. Joao Paulinho can do a decent job and recover the ball. What does he do after recovering the ball? Joao Paulinho reminds me of Flamini or Danielson. Good at recovering the ball. What can he do after they recover the ball? See, playing a defensive midfielder for Arsenal or for Man City or of Barcelona of those days, it's not just recovering the ball. What do you do after you get the ball? It's very, very important. Yes, you can win the ball. What can you do with the ball after recovering it? Look at Declan Rice. Good at tackling, but he can drive with the ball. He can pass. He can lick on play. He can shoot. Joao Paulinho, for me, doesn't give me quality on the ball. Off the ball, fantastic tackler, right? He has a presence in the midfield. But aside from that, what does he do? Nothing substantial. So, regardless of how some of you are getting overly excited about this link, I don't say it, I don't rate it, and I hope it doesn't come to fusion. Yes, it doesn't. I'm like, what are Arsenal fans looking like? Like, you want to take the club to the next level and compete with the likes of Man City and do one on them, both domestically and in terms of in Europe, and you want to be signing the likes of Joao Paulinho. No, not for me. Not for me. We've passed that. We are going to bring in an alternative party. He has to be better than Partey. Joao Paulinho doesn't even come close to Thomas Partey. I understand Partey is crooked with his injuries. I get it. But Joao Paulinho, no, I'm not having him. I am not having him. So let's look at the table. It's important to refresh our memory because some of you sometimes be chatting all kinds of bull, be pushing all kinds of agenda, see a lot of things on Twitter, a lot of independent content creators, like even the mainstream, be waffling things that are not necessarily true. Now, let me bring the table to address my points. Okay, look at the table there. All these links to, we need to guide Ivan Toney. If Arsenal needs to win the league, we need to get a new striker. I'm tired of repeating myself. I made it clear the other time. Now, when we won, sorry, last season, let me simmer down. Last season, we scored 88 goals, even though we didn't win the league. And Man City scored more, I think 4 more goals ahead of us. We scored more goals than Liverpool. If Liverpool and Arsenal are supposed to be contending with Man City for the league, how come nobody is pushing the narrative or the clarion call or she yelling or wailing about Liverpool needing a new striker? But it's Arsenal that needs a new striker, even though we scored more goals than Liverpool last season. It doesn't make sense. This call and demand that if Arsenal has any chance, any modicum of opportunity of winning the league, that we must sign a striker. But Liverpool too, who are supposed to be competing with us, and Man City do not need a striker. It's not making sense. We scored more goals than Liverpool last season. But Liverpool don't need a striker to win the league because they have Mo Salah. Mo Salah scores, I think, 60 to 65% of Liverpool's goals. But Liverpool don't need a striker. But we that spread our goals across our front three and support from the midfield, we need a striker. I think something's not adding up, and a lot of Arsenal fans are insane. I have to say it. A lot of Arsenal fans are insane. You're not even thinking through what you're being fed. We scored more goals than Liverpool last season, and Liverpool don't need to sign a striker, but we need to sign a striker. Make it can logically explain that to me. Maybe I will consider the argument because it's not making sense. I'm not saying we cannot do better than Jesus in terms of goal scoring. For me, I don't have no problem with Jesus. The mainstream can say and waffle and push all kinds of narrative. Jesus, for me, I would love him to score more goals, but what he gives us, aside from goals, isn't replaceable. The statistics cannot measure it. The facilitation. See, when Jesus plays, he makes Saka and Martinelli score more goals. He opens space for them. He facilitates. He dribbles. How many strikers actually dribble? How many strikers actually dribble these days? Everybody's now an athlete. Just pace, pace, pace. I don't know. Jesus is, he might not give you those goals, but his facilitation and helping the team to score, make opening space for others to score more goals, and the dynamism he contributes is enough. It's enough for me. Like this Ivan Tony chart and Osimhen chart just irks me and irritates me because there is no logic to it. Ivan Tony is so good, he doesn't play for England. Ivan Tony is so good that when Madrid Bayern needed a striker in the summer, they didn't consider him. So obviously, but because of the ban, even without a ban, there is no way these top clubs are considering Ivan Tony ahead of Jesus because they see what Jesus brings to the team. He might not score you 20 goals, he will score 15 goals, and guess what? And make sure people around him score 15 to 10 goals, which is enough. Sometimes you have to find other alternative ways of winning. Now, there is this narrative of let's spin it back a little bit, right? A few years ago, there's this saying and phrase that was being thrown in the mainstream that you need a good defense to win the league, but you need a good striker or strikers to win a game. Fine. Now, suddenly, when Arsenal has a fantastic defensive core, they've now switched to that you need strikers to win the league. Like, you can't do that. I know there's prejudice around Arsenal. A lot of these people don't like Arsenal, but this is crazy. Arsenal have the best defensive core in the league, better than Man City. William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Rice. If we can keep those 3 fit for 38 games, we are going to win the league. They're so solid. Like Man City's defense, they considered 5 against Chelsea, considered 3 against Spurs, and nobody is talking about it. If that was Arsenal, they'll say, "Oh, Arsenal can't win the league. That defense is so porous." But when Arsenal does it, they try to change the narrative. Now, if you look at after 14 games, let's look at the screen, right? Just follow me on this trajectory. Look at now, after 14 games, we have 10 wins, 3 draws, and 1 loss. Now, look at we have plus 18 goals, then it goes for 29. Now, let's look at Liverpool and Man City. They've both played 14 games too, 9 wins, right? Now, look at their goals. Goal difference, right? Liverpool has plus 18. Now, goals for they've scored 32 goals and they've conceded 14. Arsenal scored 29 goals and conceded 11. So, even though they scored 3 goals ahead of us, they've conceded 3 goals more than us. So that balances it up. But somehow, Arsenal are not scoring enough goals. Make it make sense. Some of you have to actually apply your logic when you listen to this pundits. Do not fall for the gibberish of the mainstream. And some of the independent content creators are actually pushing this narrative too. It's false. It's not rooted in any empirical evidence or facts. It's not rooted. Now look at Man City. Man City, right? Man City have scored 36 goals and have conceded 16 goals. Man City are porous this season. Nobody's talking about it. Now, I'm not saying they are not still favored, right? Based on antecedent, they've won it for the last 3 games. Last 3 seasons. But there's a chink in Man City's armor. Now, before I continue, guys, do me that favor by striking a like on the video. Let me read some of these comments real quick. 87 Nate, shout out to you for coming through. Let me put him. Yo. Shout out to you, Mr. 87. How you guys doing today? Akim Morgan in the building. Hello. What's the one player you will bring in Jennifer had a choice? Fafana. If there's a chance for us not to sign Fafana for Monaco, I'll pay the money. He's dynamic. He's for me, he's on that party. Fafana for me, if there's a chance for us not to get Fafana from Monaco, let's do it. He's younger. He just reminds me of Partey. He reminds me of Partey. And if you pair Fafana and Declan Rice in certain games, that midfield is powerful, athletic, domineering. That's a strong midfield. Fafana and Declan Rice. Then you put Odegaard as a 10 sometimes, or you can even use Kai sometimes, even Fabio Vieira sometimes. That's a powerful midfield. Speed, tenacity, tackling, aggression. Then you have a Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes at the back. That is sizzling. That is sizzling. Otalenu, that is sizzling. So that's one player. If I had a chance to get it, now I am not going to get my hopes high because there's a chance Arsenal might not actually sign anybody this January transfer window. There's a chance. I'm not saying it's impossible. There's a chance because for us to sign any other player, why don't we just get Raya done and make it permanent first? For me, that's what we have to do because we know Ramsdale is moving mad. So let's get that one done first. So it comes into Akin comes in with another chat. What do you think about Frank Kesse? Is a good player. I think Arsenal moved from that part of a good player. We move to a level of we should be having top class players, if not world class, because it's hard to get world class players these days. Kesse is good, but we move past that. Kesse, we move past that. Is not that quality. See, the level Arsenal is going to, right? We cannot be bringing in just anyhow players. We have to move to the next level. We have to bring in players that are better than what we have. How much more is Frank Kesse apart from the age? How much more is he better than, in my opinion, Elneny? I'm not being derogatory or disrespectful, but it's the fact how much more is Frank Kesse better than Elneny? Let's not overrate these players because they played for Barcelona before, or are playing for Juve before. Some of these players are getting the cloud from the team they play for. It doesn't mean they are that great. I've watched Frank Kesse comprehensively. I like to watch players comprehensively before I make a pronouncement or appraisal of them, not just highlights or clips. I've watched him like 4 or 5 games comprehensively. He flatters to deceive. So I will not. Like Fofana, I've watched him comprehensively. We saw him in Emirates Cup during the preseason. You saw Fofana and tell me you didn't like what you saw. On the ball and off the ball, because highlights can make any player look good. You have to watch players on the ball and off the ball, how they move, how they react under pressure. Those things have to come before you make a judgment on players. You want to make an informed judgment on players, not just based on clips that they look good, because anybody and everybody can look good on clips. So I like to be comprehensive by watching players full games. You can see how they are doing on the ball and off the ball, their temperament, so you can make an informed decision of any player. Because clips are very misleading, just like statistics. That's why when you use statistics, you want to use context of those statistics, because statistics can be very, very misleading. Compilations and clips can be very, very misleading. So when Arsenal are signing a player or I'll link to a player, I love to watch their full games. Watch it extensively. Watch at least 4 games to know what they are doing on the ball and off the ball, their temperament, how they react to pressure, so you can make an informed decision. That doesn't guarantee players will succeed, but you want to be able to make an informed decisions on any player you're talking about. So going back to what I was saying, guys, don't forget to strike a like on the video. Very, very important. So guys, the likes are not up to. Come on, guys, you are 6 people in right here. Do me that favor, please, by striking a like on the video. Very, very important. Subscribe if you are new, and all those other things are there. Like I said, so Man City have scored 36 goals and have considered 16. We've scored 29 goals and considered just 11. So this nonsense of Arsenal not scoring enough goals is a fallacy, right? Aside from Man City and Liverpool, that have scored a few more goals. Man City has scored 7 more goals than us, but they've conceded 5 more goals than us. And it's just 14 games. So let's see the more the league progresses. And let's not forget, Jesus, Saka, and Martinelli have barely played 5 or 6 matches together this season. So there's context argument. You have to be reasonable in this argument about Arsenal not scoring enough goals. We had a few injuries, chopping and changing. So we've not had our front three that was scoring a lot of goals last season play together. We saw them at the weekend, the first half against Wolves, how fluid front three or front 5 was. Odegaard is looking back to his best. So let's not run away with this narrative that Arsenal not scoring enough goals. That's a lie. We scored the second highest goals last season. Liverpool didn't score more than us last season. Nobody's pushing Liverpool to go get Ivan Toney, but somehow they are pushing us to go to Ivan Toney. I'm not against Ivan Toney in totality, but I don't even rate him that greatly, because you have to understand that certain players will not fit into the way we want to play the game. It reminds me of Francis Jeffers a few years ago. So for the older fans, we went to go and sign Francis Jeffers from Everton, and it was a flop. The fact that a player is doing well in a relatively smaller team doesn't guarantee they will do well in a bigger team. So I do not subscribe or buy into that. So why don't we run through some of the steps of the presser Arteta had today? Let's start from the on Tomiyasu's. He was asked about Tomiyasu's injury. We assessed him after the game. We took him off as precaution, so we will wait. Whether it is useful to use him or not, we'll decide tomorrow. He's a strong boy, and hopefully he'll be fine. Meaning, Tomiyasu did not suffer any severe injury. He should be available for tomorrow's match. For me personally, I would not play him against Luton. I think Ben White should do a good job and should be able to rest Tomiyasu. We do not want to actually aggravate any potential injury regarding Tomiyasu. December period is congested with a lot of fixtures, so it's high time we are sensible and manage the workload on these players. On Ben White being available to deputize if need be after his injury, the way we decided to manage his load, he's feeling perfect and back to fitness. He plays some minutes, he's now in a good place. So looking like Ben White actually be deputizing for Tomiyasu tomorrow, and I like that. There's no need to rush Tomiyasu back if he's not fully fit. Let us allow him to recover fully. Keep him on the bench or wrap him in wood. There is no need to aggravate any injury concerning Tomiyasu. So, on what to expect at the atmosphere at Kenilworth Road, they know we have already won them. They know what to expect. They know about the atmosphere and they know about the access. So, tomorrow against Luton, I get it. You are the bigger club, better players, right? More experience. But we don't have to take them for granted. The same Luton Town actually had a draw at home with Liverpool, meaning if we do not take our chances, if we're not little enough, we are condescending, they could actually usurp us. Let's not play with these guys. We need to go there, be professional, and score enough goals as quick as possible and take our chances. Make sure we do not concede shots and chances to Luton Town. It's very, very important. They know everything, and especially they know everything, and especially they have to know what the team that they have to face tomorrow and the difficulty is going to have to play against them, as well as the opportunity for us to win the game. We cannot take Luton Town for granted. Like I said, they are a smaller team on paper, yes, but football is not played on paper. You have to make sure on the day you are in your A game, you are not complacent, so you can get the 3 points at stake. If you want to win this league, now that Manchester City are faltering, we have to take maximum opportunity and keep on winning. We have to. Already done this. Sorry. Let's go to the next slide. On Zinchenko's error on Saturday, and if he has problem with playing him on Tuesday. He created so many chances as well. He provided a goal. This is part of football. We all make mistakes. And it's not only about that. It's about how you react on top of that. There are other things that happen after that can be done better as well. So not at all. So I understand Arteta has to protect his players, and we as Arsenal fans sometimes, including myself, I was a bit too harsh on Zinchenko's error. Yes, I want him to erase those errors, but you have to understand that Tomiyasu provides us a bit of creativity, technical ability, and technical ball retention and security, and errors are part of the game. We would love to permanently erase errors from the game, but you cannot. So I understand why Arteta will make this commentary. And Tomiyasu still needs to fix up, especially when you are close to your own box. You cannot be too complacent and invite pressure on yourself. Now, if you had drawn that game on Saturday, that would have upset of Arsenal fans. At the same time, high risk is high reward. Just that Zinchenko rather has to be more sensible. He has to more aware of his surroundings. That's my problem with Zinchenko, and he has caught out those errors. He has been doing it in a few games this season. He needs to fix up. I still love Zinchenko. I think is an asset to the team. How we play and how we want to play the game. We cannot go without Zinchenko, at least for now, for certain games, but he needs to fix up. Let's not forget last season, we saw a lot of errors, similar errors from Gabriel Magalhaes. But Gabriel Magalhaes has fixed up this season. We barely see those similar errors we're seeing from Gabriel last season, this season. So I'm hopeful, and I think Zinchenko will fix up. It's high time you understand that you cannot, if you want to win this league, we know the English Premiership is tough, it's very competitive. You cannot afford a lifeline to your opponent or to your opposition. You cannot be that complacent. So hopefully Zinchenko can fix up, and Arsenal fans can be a little bit mellow on the criticism on Zinchenko. You know that we need him. Defensively, it's not as bad as some of you are projecting. Now, including myself, he's not that horrible defender. He is not defensively astute as Tomiyasu, 100%, but he's not as bad as some of you are painting him. So let's chill. Let's chill on that. So I was asked on Man City's draw 3 in a row, and if we take encouragement from that. Encouragement, no. Encouragement comes from watching my team play and watching how they behave every single day, how hungry and willing they are to play every single game. The way they approach every single training session, that's what gives me encouragement. And what others do is something we cannot control. Exactly. That's the PR response. We know Mikel Arteta is watching on how Man City are performing, and he's taking encouragement from that. He might say this about him not caring about what's going on at Man City. We know he cares because he looks at the table. He cares. So I'm not buying this from Mikel Arteta. He cares, but he has to give this kind of response. We know the more Man City stuttering and faltering, we have to make sure we take full advantage of that. It's very, very important. Like I said, I've been measuring it from the beginning of the season. Man City is not as strong as they've been in the last 3 years. There's a chink in that armor. Advantages now, we have to take it. You have to strike while the iron is hot. So those are the main talking points from the presser Arteta had earlier today. So, guys, hopefully tomorrow we can get the full victory at Luton. I would love us to score a few more goals, but it will not be as easy as it looks on paper, as it sounds. Luton, yeah, a decent team. They might be languishing in 13th. Sorry, not 13th, 17th rather. But the fact that they took a draw, even though you can argue that Liverpool missed a lot of chances in that game, but it is what it is. They took a draw from Liverpool, even though at their home. So we have to make sure we go there. Take them seriously. I'm sure they're going to play a low block, but I think we have the tools to move that low block, or trump upon the low block, or climb to the low block. I don't care what low block, high block they play tomorrow. We have to make sure we take full advantage of Luton tomorrow. So, guys, thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on the playback, very, very important. You strike a like on the video. If you're not yet subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you turn on your notification bell. So, guys, watch out for more videos, pre-recorded and live sessions. Do not forget to make sure when you watch the other pre-recorded videos to strike a like on the video. Very, very important. We cannot, according to Akin, we cannot underestimate Luton. This need play their best game. Exactly. They will play their best game against. So I think we have the facilities to beat Luton. Better players, better defense, better midfield, better manager, better attack. So in all facets of the game on paper, we are better. We should be beating Luton. I understand they'll be defensively astute tomorrow, but we have more than enough to beat Luton. So, guys, thank you for joining us. Joining me rather. Shout out to you, Nate, and shout out to Mr. Akin Morgan for making it interactive. So, guys, I'll be leaving for now. Watch out for the review tomorrow. Hopefully, it's a victory. We can come here and celebrate our victory tomorrow. Like the video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.